With Bruce Mitchell, Purpose and Torch, King of Ring Reporters. He is the king of the ring reporters from the Sheetz on Spring Garden Street, Greensboro. Back with you here on GreensboroSports.com, our weekly visit with Bruce. Glad to have him with us.
Andy Durham, who I've been working through the auspices of for, 25 years, more than that?
At least, maybe 30.
Maybe 30, yeah.
Soon it'll be 5 decades.
Shut up.
Look out.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Boy, I don't know about that either.
It's hard to be, as long as I keep rolling.
Probably feels like you've been doing it 7 decades, at least in the classroom, as you're trying to get that all finished up.
Yeah, I'm good.
Soon you'll be seeing some of your students driving around on Social Security, then you know you are in trouble.
Oh, I've definitely met the grown-up students and all that. That's a cool thing to do.
It's got to be a feeling for sure.
It is.
How about the top 5 shows right now? Is Raw number 1, SmackDown number 2, and what do you think the top 5 shows on TV are right now?
I would say you got to put SmackDown number 1.
SmackDown's number 1 over Raw.
It gets a bigger audience, and you know it's.
Isn't that amazing? Too, they can get a bigger audience, and they've got the Monday Night Elite position they've had for years.
But think about it. They're on Fox is a major network. Fox is like Fox, NBC, ABC, CBS, and so you have that on Friday nights, and then we just came out of the Super Bowl, Kansas City Chiefs winning the Super Bowl, and SmackDown was pushed hard.
How about that Ric Flair commercial in the Super Bowl?
How about that Ric Flair commercial? How about that, our guy, Ric Flair?
He was the lead spokesman in that commercial.
Yeah, so, and The Rock giving the intros.
That's what I heard about that, too, yeah.
Too, so,
was it AEW? Did they have a commercial in the Super Bowl? I heard something about it.
I think so. No, I don't think so.
Ric Flair definitely on there, though.
Those commercials are expensive.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that.
Flair had his presence, and like I said, Rock, and so
SmackDown won Raw number
really
2.
Pushed. Yeah. So SmackDown doing about 2,400,000 an episode, and then we're doing this Wednesday night, and Wednesday night is the battle between
AEW and
NXT.
And AEW is winning that battle, right?
And AEW is winning that battle, but it's pretty close, and it's really a million fans. You throw in DVR, and DVR is an important part of it. You're watching it later on, and NXT right behind it. So those two, and those two consistently are the better shows. So you've got those two, and then Raw, and you got
the top
Power,
4 then. What about NWA Power and Ring of Honor? Who's ahead of those between those two now? Who do you rank ahead?
Ring of Honor, Ring of Honor has a larger platform, more with Sinclair, more to see, and so NWA is getting about 300,000
YouTube viewers a week,
YouTube and Facebook, and so they're growing that, and they're still working on that. So it's it depends on it's a pick'em situation.
Who would you put ahead between Ring of Honor and NWA Power? Who do you put ahead?
I put NWA Power ahead. Just there's some organizational problems. I think Ring of Honor.
They're trying to get those words out, aren't they? This is supposed to be the year they're trying to get those together.
And just kind of watching the show, sometimes there's like gaps and things, and as far as timelines go, and then their talent, their champion on PCO is. I think they've got a good champion.
Got a lot of guys re-signed now. Signed a lot of guys back. Bandito re-signed. That's a great sign. He's one of the best in the business, in my opinion, Bandito.
Yeah. So definitely. So
and Flamita's not bad either.
So I mean, it just depends on. It seems NWA's more got the underdog thing going, and the new part going, and a different a different look to them. AEW and NXT. I mean, I look at you can count on usually a good show both situations. Then AEW has that, and I like this with NWA Power too. It's about wrestling. It's a wrestling show, and they're straight up about wrestlers are there to win, and they're not a lot of the things that kind of got put into the creative mix over the years, over the last 20 years. It's kind of pulled back, and the focus is back on the stars being wrestlers. I think that's a pretty cool thing. So
is Impact Wrestling, is Impact the Distance 6?
To me, yes. To me, I mean, it's out there to say. He didn't say. He should have said that. I kind of dropped that out, but it's still a little too much for all. You say controversy, you say this and that, but to me, it's silly. I mean, it's kind of you've got to have that base of that wrestling. And tomorrow, again, another press conference situation. We talked about Tessa Blanchard having some controversies surrounding her, and turns out that she's going to do her first press conference on Thursday. So we'll see how she handles.
She's going to face the music
situation that she was in, and how they have her.
Any idea where that will be held and how that got started, how that got organized? As far as that, is that something she called, or is that a company called?
It's a company called.
Okay.
Definitely. So. She is.
Hope it's not.
She's well spoken.
I hope it's not top-loaded. Just their people asking the questions. Hope other people asking questions too.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, I imagine Pro Wrestling Torch and Observer Press and people involved.
Will it be like a live teleconference?
I think so.
Very good. Because you get Dave Meltzer involved, get Wade Keller involved, get others involved. Could be interesting.
I'm all for that. Let's get these people involved.
Yeah, ask the tough questions and see how she responds, because she came back with some tweets after all this came about, and she was trying to cover it over a bit, hoping to go away. But boy, that thing snowballed. It got crazy.
She stepped on some toes pretty hard.
Yeah.
And so that's,
And your girl Camille said you don't want to get involved in a Twitter war with a wrestler. That's what Camille said. They talked about the political situation coming out of the Iowa caucuses. Camille said, hey, you might get involved in politicals, but don't get involved with a wrestler's Twitter war.
Representative Ryan, who said that he walked out of the State of the Union address and said it was too much like the debate or the situation with Democrats and Republicans and President Trump was too much like wrestling, fake, and that's the word that
you don't want to use that around a wrestler, right?
Wrestlers, it's not fake physically what they go through.
Use that around David Schultz, even at the older age he is now. David Schultz, you're probably going to be laying on the floor, right?
Yeah, about a year ago, I got to talk to him about that a little bit. And boy, you talk about a guy that was authentic in his day. That you could, all you need. I always think that what you really need as a wrestler is that doubt that in the fans' mind, just a little bit of doubt. David Schultz has it. So.
Mr. Stossel can testify to that, right?
And also just that guy had a promo style and an interview style where you just like, ooh,
See, the guy I've been listening to lately do interviews. It's pretty interesting. It's a totally different approach than you normally see with the professional interviews. Wrestlers give the breakdown, real. This guy's laid back, crazy, and then he's very upfront and he gives good details. And that would be Black Bart. I've been listening to Black Bart interviews.
Oh my gosh, Black Bart. Black Bart. I was the MC for a
World Class Championship Wrestling,
World Class Championship Wrestling panel on Sunday, Thanksgiving weekend, and it went really well. And then Black Bart had something on his mind, and all of a sudden it went from nice and calm and interesting to Wango Black Bart, and he was a lot of fun to hear. He was not. He told the Kevin Von Erich story. It wasn't very flattering to Kevin, but it was. He didn't hold back a bit.
I thought he'd be telling the same thing about Kerry would about Kevin, but he was serious about Kevin. I mean,
Kevin
thought it'd be about Kerry, but not.
Reputation.
Yeah.
So it was more.
You never heard that about Kevin before. Kevin was always the one that stuff in the others, but Black Bart put him with the others.
Yeah, Black Bart.
He said David was the only one that was up and coming, should have been doing well.
Right.
Black Bart said. And that's Ricky Harris, right? Black Bart?
Yeah, Ricky Harris, who we saw for years here. Like, to me, is
Man Mountain Harris, all these different characters he had.
Yeah, he was
it's part of the Texas.
He's really a
Desperados.
He was a Texas, but he wrestled in this area.
He had Dick Murdoch in that crew together one time.
Yeah, and just Outlaw Ron Bass with Jason Dillon.
Big time, yeah.
And also just Rick Harris and Jim Nelson were like kind of the top of the
he did a lot of jobs. He went to the WWE. Right, a lot of people wouldn't realize he did a lot of jobs in the WWE as Black Bart and other characters.
And then wrestled for World Class for a good long time. But yeah, he was tremendous. He was, and like he's doing some. I haven't watched some, but I saw some pop up. I mean to.
Yeah, they're interesting.
Yeah, I figured he's fun. fun guy to hear from.
Bruce Mitchell with us. Ferguson Torch always good to get Bruce on board from the Sheetz on Spring Garden, right in his backyard. The old Coliseum where he went to, saw so many matches, front row section D. John Hitchcock and Obin Johnson and Big Eddie and others, and Steve Stamper. A lot of guys out there.
Still out there, a lot of us. So,
Dan Grundy was in there, Bud Grundy, all that crew.
Dan Grundy was working security for the SmackDown taping I went to, and that was a live show, and the WWE was happy with the Greensboro crowd that they got. They got almost 11,000.
It was a Friday night. I did not know much about it other than the Fox 8 giveaway tickets they had on the promotion Fox 8. Other than that, it kind of slipped my mind. It was always like going on Fridays, on the ball games and stuff. So
sure,
there was Bruce. There was Bruce on Twitter with a photograph, a video, getting hit in the head with a pancake.
I know. How ironic.
I thought you were at the IHOP or maybe at one of the restaurants. You don't see him getting hit with a pancake.
It looked like Sambo pancake. So And so they drew about 11,000 people. And so
that's a great crowd.
To see them, that's a great crowd for WWE anywhere right now. And so
and it was a live SmackDown show.
It was a live SmackDown show.
That's a good draw for fans. Just fans, somebody who's getting kind of crazy. It's live. Let's go be part of the live audience.
Right.
Involved in that.
Got a chance to, as it turned out, sitting next to Lacey Evans' daughter, while she had her match with Bailey, and child, smart kid, and kind of held together, cheered her mom on to victory. So that was fun. But it was.
How long did this show last? A couple hours, 2.5 hours? Because it's more than just what goes on the TV.
Right. I mean, it had a dark match, so like a half hour before 8 o'clock, and then a 2:05 live taping with 1 or 2 matches, and then a main event after that. So it can be a long haul. Fortunately, it was a good SmackDown. I thought it was probably one of the best SmackDowns that SmackDown had, and so it was fun to watch, and to see Roman Reigns with the Usos, who he's related to. Like, there's a good chemistry there. That was fun to watch.
Well, let's go to the last part of our segment here. Last visit with Bruce on this Wednesday from the Sheetz on Spring Garden, Bruce's territory near the old Greensboro Coliseum. The whole mecca
about 3:30, 4 in the morning. You probably see me hanging out, asking for.
You're usually outside that time, up against the building, right?
Up against the building, making deals.
I thought you were kind of laying up against the building, just kind of relaxing,
that's usually about
trying to recover into recovery mode.
Yeah.
You got to go back 30 years to that, though, right?
Oh yeah, I'm not the outdoor.
Back in the day of UNCG.
I'm not the late night guy. Might have been.
Because you're watching, I think you're watching NWA wrestling from the Dorton Arena or somewhere, where the TV in your room had a big WRAL sticker on your TV back in the day.
Right
antennas kicked up in the air.
Strong dorm, 301 strong dorm. Yeah, I would leave the keg party and go sneak over and watch it on black and white television. Watch Ric Flair and Roddy Piper and Jay Youngblood, Rick Steamboat, Blackjack Mulligan, and Greg Valentine, and that was some good stuff. Bob
Here's some good stuff here for you. So let's kind of go in that direction. Those names you dropped in there, the good drop in those names. Talk about the Mount Rushmore of wrestling. Let's close out this week with the Mount Mitchell of wrestling. Mount Mitchell of wrestling, your top 4 wrestlers of all time, in your thought and opinion. You probably got Ric Flair at the top, I would think, and then others that go with him, the 3 others on Mount Mitchell. Not the Mount Rushmore. This is the Mount Mitchell of wrestling.
Okay. This is not my favorites, but this would be, I think you have to go more towards someone in your day, maybe not my day, but I got to eat dinner in Waterloo, Iowa at the Hall of Fame 5 years ago with his daughter, and that would be Jim Londos, the Golden Greek, who drew bigger than anybody in the history of professional wrestling. And a huge star. I know my uncle who passed away a few years ago in his 90s, talking about wrestling, didn't he knew who Ric Flair was just from living in Richmond, Virginia, but he would talk about Jim Londos, and so and I would Ric Flair right there, and let's see, you kind of put me on the spot there. Let's go with Antonio Inoki. Even though I'm not big a fan of his, I think like that he was the one. I mean, you can trace mixed martial arts.
How about this guy? Well, maybe not. Maybe one more guy who I just came to my mind because I was trying to think. There was shoot wrestler Oklahoma. Was it Danny Hodge?
Danny Hodge. Yeah, Danny Hodges, I think you put
somewhere around there
in amateur Hall of Fame. But yeah, I think that you could definitely put him. You know, he and Dan Gable, and then the best American wrestlers ever. And yeah, he's in the mix of that. And
but you got Ric Flair, you got Inoki, and your third guy, Jim Longus.
And
the last one.
Sounds like we need a major heel, maybe. Gosh, that's. Well, I mean, you probably have to go with Lou Thesz.
Lou Thesz, you got to, yeah. The true shooter, yeah.
I mean, more the history of it, but yeah. And then Rob McBride.
Robbie McBride?
Boogie Woogie Rob McBride, who out of all the people we talked about.
So you got those guys.
Right up the street, you go into.
You got Jim Longus, you got Inoki, you got Ric Flair, and you got Lou Thesz on the front of the mountain, Mount Mitchell. On the backside of the mountain, you got Robbie McBride. Robbie McBride's on the backside holding that mountain up, right?
And then just, and then there's the ones that, there are a lot of favorites, but I figured out after all these years, my favorite tag team, the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah, that's your favorite tag team, the babyface tag team.
Can you believe that?
Wow.
It didn't start that way.
Good night in the morning. You've gained a whole new respect for those guys in their older age then.
Yeah, just the whole journey.
Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson.
Just the whole journey.
Your favorite tag team of all time.
And then, our guy, my friends and I, just how it ended up this year and some things. Arn Anderson, and I always loved the Masked Superstar.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of the Masked Superstar. The Nick Bockwinkel and Bobby Heenan together. Big fan of those two.
Who's your favorite indie guy over the travels over the years?
An indie guy would have to be not Cameron Grimes, but Trevor Lee.
Trevor Lee? Yeah.
Definitely.
Without a doubt. Wow. Anything new on Gibsonville as we close out?
They had their, we talked about it last time, but they had their kind of their going away show, and went to AML Wrestling, enjoyed that very much so, their 5th anniversary show, and then looking forward to going to Brian Kazan's 5-Star Pro here in Greensboro. On Friday night.
Before you get out of here.
So I'm going to be making you go. I'm tired of this stuff.
Well, the Firestarter guys here in town, their two main characters are tag team, Master and Machine. They were on Ring of Honor again. Marcus Cross and the Garrison guy, they were on Ring of Honor again last week. It's a great tag team because Marcus Cross is a little guy with the big fluffy blonde hair. I think he's supposedly got a degree in karate, maybe a black belt. I don't know if they say that. I don't think you say that usually anymore without that being somewhat true. He's got the background in martial arts, and the big guy, he was a football player, wide receiver, I think, for Western Forsyth High School, who hit the weights, and now he's a big heavyset guy. Because he lifts the kid on top of his shoulders. Just a good combination of those two young guys, the Master and Machine. Kind of Luchasaurus type thing. Yeah, exactly. But those guys are Ring of Honor. Those guys could go someplace. It's different. A small guy, big guy, and they're young.
And that's a lot of the fun of following wrestling, particularly when you've done it for a while, is to identify people like a Darius Lockhart or Eric Royal or
Caleb Conley.
Or Caleb Conley.
Caleb was on NWA Power.
He was on NWA Power, and the Dawsons.
Yeah, Dawsons
are right out of here. I'm a fan of those two.
That's another thing. NWA Power seems to go to us, kind of go back to the old throwback of the old big heavy set guys like the Bouncers and the Dawsons and even Eddie Kingston. The big mouth and big thick heavy guys.
I always think that the more different types you can have of that, the better it is for any of them to stand.
And when a small guy beats that huge guy, it just adds so much to the storyline. It's unbelievable. It's just great the way it works.
Absolutely.
So you're Mount Mitchell again. Give us those names one more time. Your top 4 you just gave us earlier.
Well, let's see if I can say the same names. Ric Flair.
Lou Thesz?
Lou Thesz and
Jim Longus.
And one more. Was it Rob McBride or was it Diamond Dan Grande or who was that 4th one? Oh, Nick Bockwinkel and Bobby Heenan.
So there's your top 4, and Robbie McBride's on the backside.
Robbie McBride is a step above Diamond Dan Grande as far as my favorite indie guy.
It took a little while, too, for him to grow on you.
The best in the games.
What about Terrence Colson, Bam Bam Colson? Still think about him?
Bam Bam, yeah. I just remember over at the high school over here in Grimsley, him picking up Ed.
Yeah.
And slamming.
You were there that night.
Friend Ed. He's passed away.
It's kind of scary because he's gone. Buddy Landell's gone. Several of them are gone.
One more's gone. Daniel Stone.
Yeah, boy, he is gone. Man, the hands is he's gone. I didn't know he was gone. The hands of Stone, Daniel Stone. Remember old buddy from Living Hill Seafood?
Yes.
Remember buddy Living Hill Seafood is shrimping and easy. Remember that gentleman back in the day?
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah.
Boy, some good people in wrestling days.
Daniel Stone. Nobody loved wrestling around here more than he did.
He could go to John's store and talk forever, probably.
About a month ago. Yeah.
Asked me about a month ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting stuff, Bruce. Another good show, kind of a throwback in some ways, a little retro split here. We got Bruce Mitchell again. His Mount Mitchell is on here. Other good names as well. We'll see you again in about a month.
You'll see me.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Andy.